Hello, everybody, and welcome. I just got done eating chips, so don't worry about it, folks. It is halftime. This is what I was having just a little bit before I came on here. It's almost 10 o'clock right now in my area. But of course, for this occasion, here we go. Gotta find it. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. Hey, hey, let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Make you want to shout. Yeah. All right, that's enough. That is right. Now, what I usually do is start with the Bills game. And I want to tell you all that I want to get my glasses cleaned a little bit. And I'm going to tell you the good news. All right. I want to let you all know that on Saturday there will be a second half live stream of my game. That is right. The Bills are facing the Dolphins, and the second half will be live streamed by me. And I will let you know how it's going during the second half. And there will be no like stuff like this where I'm telling you what happened with the Bills game. Next time it will be a live stream of the second half of my team's game. So you'll be seeing the game, you'll be hearing my play-by-play of the second half of the Bills game versus the Dolphins, which is the rematch. And it will be in Buffalo. It'll be in Orchard Park, New York. And I will be doing play-by-play for that particular game for the second half. But now it's time to talk about the game that happened at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time that the Bills played. Bills played the Jets, and Bills got their revenge from, this was like, I think it was like week 8 or week 9. I don't remember. But the Bills, last time they faced the Jets, they lost by, I think, 3 points. I don't remember what the final score was. But the Jets won the last contest. This time it was the Bills winning. But there wasn't a lot of offense in the first half until almost the end of the second quarter because it was raining at the start of the game. And then once the rain subsided and it was mainly snow, things got a lot more different. The Bills scored a touchdown near the end of the second quarter, and that made it 7-0. That was the first and only score of the first half. It was 7-0 going into halftime. And then of course the Jets tied it up when the second half started on their opening drive. But then of course Buffalo scored on their opening drive of the second half, and it became 14-7. Of course, Josh Allen had two total touchdowns, one a running touchdown, which of course made it 14-7 at the time, and a passing touchdown, which it became 7-0 at that time. And then of course Buffalo didn't score any more touchdowns. They ended up kicking field goals, but surprisingly enough, they went on a run, and it wasn't until the blocked punt where the Jets finally got some points. They got 2 points thanks to a safety. And at that time, it made it 20-9 because what Buffalo ended up doing on the next couple of drives that they ended up making two field goals, which made it 20-7 at one time. And then, of course, and Buffalo didn't score after that. The Jets only would score a total of 5 points in the second half, besides the touchdown, of course. And that was, of course, after the touchdown. They would only score 5 more points, and that would be it for them. And the final score ended up being 20-12. The Jets did have a fighting shot, but they blew it on their final drive, and they ended up getting incomplete passes out of it. They were incomplete passes throughout the drive. It went from first to second to third to fourth and 10, and the Jets could not get anything going. Buffalo's defense actually played well. They didn't play too bad at times. They could have played a little better, but their defense was pretty good today. And Buffalo ended up getting their fifth win when the score was 8 points or less. And that's how that happened. Buffalo won 20-12, and Josh Allen had a pretty good day. Even though the offense wasn't perfect, Josh Allen had a pretty good day. He didn't have a single interception. There was no turnovers by the Bills. There were a few turnovers, by the way, by the Jets. And there were a couple lost fumbles that ended up going Buffalo's way. One ended up being a field goal, and the other just cost the Jets big time. And that's primarily why the Jets lost, because of the turnovers that happened. Buffalo played pretty well on defense. Even though it wasn't perfect, it was still a pretty good defensive game for the team. So Buffalo got their 10th win today, and they have a chance for their 11th against the Dolphins, which of course is playing right now against the Chargers. The Chargers are facing the Miami Dolphins. Right now, the Chargers are ahead. So if the Chargers win, Miami cannot get the AFC East lead. Buffalo will have the AFC East lead for this week. But the only way for Miami to have even a chance to regain the AFC, the lead in the AFC East, they of course have to beat not only the Chargers tonight, but they have to beat my team on Saturday. But of course, anything can happen. And I'm going to be doing a live stream on Saturday night, and it'll be for the second half. So that's all I really got to say. The Bills are 10-3 now. They're still the top seed, and they still own the tiebreaker against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs won today, and I knew they were going to win. But surprisingly enough, the Broncos did not make it easy against when it kept them facing the Chiefs. The Broncos actually made it a game because it looked like at first the Kansas City Chiefs were going to easily beat the Broncos, but unfortunately the Broncos made it a game surprisingly enough. And even though the Broncos lost, the Chiefs almost didn't win. So, as a result of the Chiefs winning, Buffalo and Kansas City are tied when it comes to the record. They're both 10-3, but Buffalo, of course, has the tiebreaker. So as a result, Buffalo is still the top seed. So there you go. Buffalo will be facing the Dolphins on Friday night, and I, of course, will be doing a live stream of the second half, which is going to be awesome. So I don't have to do one of these where I'm talking about the Bills before I do the second half of a Sunday night or Monday night football game that is, of course, not my team. So there you go. Right now, the Chargers are ahead 17-7 against the Miami Dolphins. Surprisingly enough, I picked the Dolphins to win. Now, I'm going to, since there were games on today, besides, of course, the Buffalo Jets, the Buffalo New York game. I'm going to if I can get it, tell you all the scores that happened today, along with the Thursday night football game. But I do remember what happened with the Thursday night football game. History repeated itself because just like with the Monday night football game, the Thursday night football game was the same. It was the same big time. It ended up being where the team that was behind actually won it. And of course, the Monday Night Football game that happened, which of course was the Buccaneers against the Saints, the Buccaneers came back to win it, and they won it 17-16. That happened on Thursday Night Football, where the Rams came back to beat the Raiders 17-16, that same score. And of course, second half is on. It's 17-7. I'm going to do the play-by-play right now. So here is the kick, and the third quarter is underway in Los Angeles. So the Chargers will have it at the 25-yard line. And I'll talk about the other games after it goes to commercial break. So I will tell you that besides that one blunder, the Chargers have played pretty well. Herbert has it. He's going to throw it down on the ground and complete. He couldn't find anybody, so he just threw it down, so it's 2nd and 10. And by the way, I had the Dolphins in this game because of how the Chargers have been. Chargers have been good at times, and sometimes they've been pretty crappy. That's the reason why I had the Dolphins. Of course, the Dolphins lost last week. And of course, I had the 49ers over the Dolphins last week. All right, so it's 2nd and 10. I don't know what they're doing here. Are they going to take a timeout? They're just letting the clock run down to 0. And that's they've taken the delay of game. You got to be kidding me. So now it's 2nd and 15. I don't get what happened there. I really don't. So it's 2nd and 15 now. So they had to take a 5-yard penalty because they didn't do nothing, and it ended up being delay of game. So it pushes them back to the 20-yard line. Herbert is going to keep it. He's going to throw it. It's complete to, I assume that is to Williams. It's to Williams. And he did get a few yards on that play, but it's 3rd down. Got at least close back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 12 now. All right. Looks like Chargers are set. Here's the 3rd and 12 play. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it, and he completes it, and nothing doing. Could not get the first down. It was intended for Scott, and he only got a few yards on that play, which was not enough to give him the first down. So the Chargers are going to punt and give it back to the Dolphins. So it's a 3-and-out for the Chargers. So here's the punt. Kick is up. Fair catch is made at the 34, 35-yard line. So the Dolphins will take over from there. 13:32 left in the third quarter. So Miami has a chance to possibly get some points out of this. And we've gone to commercial. So now we can, now I can do the recap of today's action, which ones that I picked. By the way, I picked the Raiders because I thought the Raiders were going to win that game. Unfortunately, because of the comeback, that didn't happen. So I went 0-1 for up until Sunday, of course. And by the way, tomorrow's game, I have the Patriots over the Cardinals because I don't have positive feelings about the Cardinals. I'd like to see the Cardinals beat the Patriots, but I doubt it. Now, of course, the Browns and the Bengals. I actually had the Bengals winning. The Bengals won. They beat the Browns 23-10. And the Browns have played good at times, but they didn't today. Now, here's a surprising game. I was absolutely surprised. I thought the Cowboys were going to blow out the Texans. I really thought because of how the Texans have been this year. I picked the Cowboys over the Texans. The thing about it is the Texans made it a game. It's probably one of the best games that was played on Sunday. The Texans were up by 3 points. It was 23-20. And then, of course, the Cowboys scored a touchdown, and that made it 27-23. And the Texans threw a Hail Mary that unfortunately ended up being intercepted, and they lost the game to the Cowboys. 27-23 was the final in that game. I was quite surprised. I actually had the Lions in this particular game against the Vikings because I thought that game could go either way. I almost picked the Vikings for that, but I ended up picking the Lions, and the Lions won 34-23. And since this has gone back from commercial, I'm going to be doing my play-by-play of the game. So Miami has it. It's 1st and 10. And they marked it at the 35-yard line. So it's 1st and 10. It's handed off, and nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage, but that was it. So it's 2nd and 10. I assume it was handed off to Tyreek Hill, and no, Tyreek Hill wasn't the one. Not on the replay. Oh, they gave him a yard. I didn't think they gave him a yard on that. 2nd and 9. Tua's gonna keep it. He's gonna throw it, and it is incomplete. So that makes it 3rd and 9. By the way, here's the score right now. Just in case you wanted to know. Looks like nobody was open on that. It was just a bad throw by Tua. It was 3rd and 9. Tua's going to throw it again. And it is batted down and incomplete. It's 4th and 9, and that's a 3-and-out for the Dolphins as well. So Miami's going to have to punt. It was intended for number 88 of the Dolphins. So Miami will punt here. The kick is up. And fair catch was called, and it was downed at the 17 or 18-yard line. So now they're going to commercial. So now I can do an update or talk about the other games that happened today. I talked about the Vikings and Lions in the last commercial. I picked the Lions. They actually won. I actually had the Eagles over the Giants, and I was kind of surprised at how the Eagles curb stomped the Giants. It was a blowout. I thought the Giants would play better than that. The Eagles won 48-22. Yikes. The Giants are a better team than that, I will say. But I will say against the Eagles, it was nothing. Giants tried, but no, they did not do well. Now, this game, I wasn't sure because of Lamar Jackson being out. I thought the Steelers were actually going to win because Lamar Jackson wasn't playing. And unfortunately, that did not happen that way. And the Ravens ended up winning. So I got that one wrong. The Ravens won 16-14. And half of that is because Kenny Pickett was knocked out of the game because of concussion protocol. And as a result, the Ravens won 16-14. So it looks like one more loss will give the Steelers their first losing season in decades. So there you go. And here's another one that I didn't think was going to happen. I didn't think the Titans were going to lose this game against the Jaguars. The Jaguars put a hammering on the Titans. I actually had the Titans winning, so that one I got wrong too. The Jaguars won 36-22. Yikes. So my picks were a little iffy in the 1 o'clock game. Some of them were right, some of them were wrong. Now the 4 o'clock games, I had one. Well, I'll wait for the 4 o'clock games when the next commercial comes on because this just came back from commercial. So the Chargers have it at between the 17 and 18-yard line. We're going to see where they marked them at. All right. So they marked them at the 17. So it's 1st down and 10. Hand off to number 30, and he's going to get they're going to mark him for 2 yards. So he gained 2 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 8. All right. Chargers are set. 2nd and 8. 12 minutes left in the third. Herbert's going to keep it. He's going to stop right there, and he's going to be sacked for a loss of 2. So that pushes them back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10. I thought Herbert was going to throw it and ended up getting sacked on that play. Baker made the sack. Okay, so they marked him. They gave him a 1-yard loss, so it's 3rd and 9. That they would not knock him back to the original line of scrimmage. Here's Herbert. Herbert going to get sacked again for the 2nd time in a row. A big loss, and it's another 3 and out. And that's the 2nd straight 3 and out for the Chargers. They're going to have to punt. And it looks like Phelps was the one that sacked him. Yeah. Wow. Phillips gets him, pushes him all the way back to the 7 or 6 yard line. And there's a flag on the play. And it looks, roughing the wow. Roughing the passer on Phillips. I don't get why. I don't get why this was called. This should not have been called roughing the passer. I do not get this at all. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. For just tackling the guy? What the hey? That was definitely a bad call. I'm sorry. That is ridiculous. I don't get why that's called roughing the passer. That's stupid. And because of that, the Chargers got a new set of downs. So it's at the 33. Herbert. He throws it, and it's incomplete. But no question about that. That's ridiculous that they're calling roughing the passer on a play that Phillips tackled the guy. The quarterback had the sticking ball. That should not be counted as a sticking roughing the passer call. Give me a sticking break. All right, so 2nd and 10. Complete. And it's to the 39 or 40 yard line between, and there's a flag. Oh, it's on the offense. So this is not going to count. So it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Either a 10-yard penalty or a 5-yard penalty. He does hit him. That they're showing the replay on that. But no question about it, that roughing the passer call is ridiculous. Even though the Bills and the Dolphins are rivals, the thing about it is I'm all about fairness, not about sticking bad calls like roughing the passer. Here it goes. 2nd and 17. Herbert, incomplete. It was intended for number 7, and he just couldn't come up with it. So it's incomplete. With less than 10 minutes left in the third quarter. He couldn't come up with it. Just dropped it. And hit him right in the spot where he should have caught it. So it's third down at 17. Herbert is going to definitely throw it. And he does. It's complete, but not enough for the first down. It's at the 38-yard line, and that will definitely be a punt. Now, going back to that roughing the passer pounding, and I'm going to say this to the refs. What do you want? What do you want? You want him to throw the sticking ball? What? You don't want any sticking defender hitting the quarterback when the quarterback has the sticking ball? It's just so ridiculous. All right, here's the punt. Kick is up. And it's down at the 23 or 24-yard line. All right. Now that I'm done with that rant, by the way, there's 9:05 left in the third. Now that I'm done with that rant about the roughing the passer call, which was ridiculous, now it's time to talk about the 4 o'clock games. Of course, I got 2 out of the 3. I had the Chiefs beating the Broncos, but I didn't expect the Broncos would actually come back and try to beat the Chiefs. But the Chiefs still won, which means Broncos join the Bears and the Texans. And of course, the Chiefs won 34-28, like I mentioned. I had the Chiefs. The only game that I had that unfortunately kind of disappointed me was the Panthers-Seahawks game. I actually had the Seahawks winning, and they did not play as good as I thought they would. They at least tried to come back, but unfortunately the Panthers won 30-24. I was very disappointed with the Seahawks. The Seahawks should have played better. And then, of course, this no question about it, I actually picked the 49ers for this one against the Buccaneers. But I didn't expect the 49ers to blow out the Buccaneers. I thought there was going to at least be a game. But unfortunately, the 49ers really beat up on the Buccaneers, 35-7. So those were the scores for, of course, it took me a couple of commercials to tell the rest, but I at least did it. All right, and of course the teams that were on a bye were the Colts, Saints, Falcons, Bears, Commanders, and Packers. And of course tomorrow it'll be the Patriots against Cardinals. I had the Patriots. And for the game that I'm doing the play-by-play for, I picked the Dolphins over the Chargers. And Miami will start here with 9:05 to go. Commercials just got over. It's time to go back to the game. I will say that Russell passer thing was ridiculous. At the 24-yard line, Tua hands it off. It's a good run by number 31, and it netted a gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Hand off again, and I don't know where they marked him, but looks like he has enough for the first down. It looks like number 31 was the one that got the first down. All right. First down and 10 at the 35 at least. Tua. He's going to throw it now. Oh, he's thinking about throwing it. And he's going to run with it and get at least 3 or 4 yards on that play. 2nd and 6. And I'm going to check to see if people are complaining about the roughing the passer call, because that was just ridiculous. All right, so 2nd and 5. They gave him 5 yards on that play. Handoff. This time, a loss of 1 on the play. It was handed off and nothing doing. Number 31, it was handed off to. It's 3rd down and 6. Even though they called it 3rd down and 5 on the NBC thing. I see that Robin Griffin III was complaining about the roughing the passer call too. I agree with him completely. All right, 3rd and 5. And it looks like there was a timeout by Miami. With 6:31 left in the 3rd. So that's Miami's first timeout. Meaning that there was something that the coach didn't like, so he called a timeout. And Robert Griffin III said, "What the French toast kind of roughing the passer call was that?" I got to agree with him. That was ridiculous. That should not have been a roughing the passer call. Wonder if Urinary Tree is going to talk about that when he does his sports ball video, because that was just ridiculous. All right, 3rd and 5. Tua is going to throw. He throws it. It's high and completes. And it looks like it's going to be a touchdown by Hill. Tyreek Hill. And Mike Tirico said it was 60 yards. Holy cow. That should help Miami get back into the game. That was a nice touchdown pass by Tua. Holy cow. To Tyreek Hill. And Davis actually slipped on the play. And that's what kind of helped Tyreek Hill get the touchdown. So there's the kick, and it's 17-14. And it's only a 3-point game. Okay. All right. I'm going to check about the roughing the passer thing. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the game to come back on. I'm checking the FL on CBS put on Twitter. Is this roughing the passer? I don't want to show my phone because it's cracked. Otherwise, I'd be showing you. Because that roughing the passer call was just ridiculous. I don't see nothing about roughing the passer except for Robert Griffin III and NFL and CBS. Still ridiculous. All right. So it's now back on. Yeah. Something happened with Davis there, and that's why Hill was able to get that touchdown with ease. Here's the kickoff into the end zone. So Chargers will get it at the 25. So now it's a 3-point game. And so far, the Chargers have not gotten a touchdown in the second half. By the way, this is my Bills hat. I had to show it. Okay. My hair is going to be. Okay, here's Herbert. Herbert's going to throw. It's complete. It's going to be at least 5 yards. As 98 was tackled right then and there. So it's second down and 5. All right. Well, that probably looks better than what it was. All right. So second and 5. Herbert fakes handing it off. He's going to throw. He's going to throw it. It's going to be large. And it's caught. Was he touched? And that was a long completed catch to number 81. I think that's Eckler. Let's see who it is. And wow, was that a completed catch? I don't know who that Williams, I think. All right. First down. It's a completed catch. And it's going to be first and goal. It was handed off to number 13. It wasn't handed off. It was completed to number 13. And it's first and goal. As he was pushed out of bounds, Allen was the one that made that play. Oh, never mind. It's not first and goal. It's second and 3. Excuse me. I apologize for that. So second and 3 now. Herbert throws it. Incomplete. So just after Tua threw that big touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill, the Chargers have a chance to actually put on points for the first time in the half. So it's third down and 3, 4:26 left to go in the third. Herbert throws it. Oh, and false start. Never mind. It must have happened before the play even started. It's a false start, so it's a 5-yard penalty. So that will push them to the. So it'll be 3rd and 8 as a result. All right. Gotta wait till set. Herbert set. Chargers are set. Herbert throws it. And that's going to be incomplete. And so as a result, the Chargers will have to take the field goal to put them up by 6. So Dicker will come on to kick. And it's going to be a 31-yarder. Here's the kick. It is up and it's through. So it's 20-14 now. Chargers. 20-14. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right, so 4:18 left in the third. Here's the kickoff. They kick it away, and it's going to go right to the 25-yard line. It was kicked in the end zone. So Dolphins will take it at the 25-yard line. All right, so 1st and 10. Miami is set. Handoff. Number 31, and he's going to get the first down right away. Gets a looks like a gain of 13 yards before he was tackled. And that was number 31. I can't pronounce the name, unfortunately. Sorry. Monsert. I can't pronounce it. So it's 1st and 10 near the 38-yard line. Tua is going to throw. He's going to he's going to keep it himself. He's going to get the first down and quite a bit of more yards. And that puts it into Los Angeles Chargers territory. Sorry about that. All right. He hands it off. It's 1st and 10. Going to get at least back to the line of scrimmage. Number 31. It's going to be 2nd down. I'm a little tired because I All right. So the Dolphins are set. 2nd and 10. Tua is going to throw, and he does. It is incomplete. Intended for Ingold. Ingold. So it's 3rd down and 10. Oh, it was complete. Actually, it's like on the replay he caught it. And they stop him right there for no gain. So it was complete. So it's 3rd down and 10 with no gain. Here's Tua. Tua is going to get sacked all the way back to the 37 or 36-yard line. And after getting a couple of first downs, they get stopped. And the Dolphins will punt it away. Looks like the 37 or 36-yard line. Pushes them all the way back. So here's the punt. Kick is up. And fair catch is called. It's down at least the 14-yard line, I think, with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the third. So the Dolphins have not been good on the road. It looks like it. And that's understandable. So they're probably not going to be good on the road against Buffalo either. But they could still win this game. I don't know. Okay. Herbert throws it, completes. Almost got he completed it to number 7. Almost got the first down there. 2nd down. 2nd and 1 it probably is. All right, so 2nd and 1. Now, 1 minute left. Herbert hands it off. Nothing, and it's going to be at least a yard loss on that play. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. The Chargers' run offense have not been that great in this game. Wow. Phillips stuffs him. And it was intended for Eckler. It was handed off to Eckler, excuse me. So 24 seconds left. This is probably the last play of the third quarter. Herbert's going to throw it, hands it off, completes nothing, only a gain of 1. That's makes it 4th down. I don't know what the Chargers are going to do. It's possible that it's going to be a 3-and-out as a result. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score 20-14. Now, I'm probably going to take a break, and I'll be right back. Here we go. I'm back. Start of the fourth quarter has come. So I assume that the Chargers will punt it away after being stuffed, and they will punt it away. So as a result, that was a 3-and-out for the Chargers. Kick is up. It's high, and that's going to be a fair catch down to at least the 25-yard line. Yeah, I just had to check something for a minute. Here we go. So Miami has it. It's going to be first down. One more quarter to go. And by the way, the Chargers are ahead 20-14 at the end of the third quarter. So down at the 26. Tua is going to throw. It's going to be complete. It's going to be a first down, and it's going to be a fantastic game. It's going to be a pretty good game. I think it was intended for. It was thrown to number 17, and Jalen Waddle was the one that come up with the ball, and he got the first down, and about 15 or 20-yard gain on that play. All right, so it's first down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Hand off. It's handed off to number 21, or 31, excuse me, Masort, or whatever his name is called. And he got a gain of 2, so it's 2nd and 8. All right. Miami is set. 2nd and 8. Tua. He's open. He's going to run it instead. He's going to get the first down. He did the right thing there by going, instead of throwing it, running it. And that puts Miami in Charger territory. So it's marked at the 44-yard line. Handed off to, I assume it was handed up. No, not this time. 20. I can't think of who it was, but it was only like a 1 or 2 yard gain on that play. So 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. Maya, of course, could take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. Here's Tua, throws it, incomplete. Will there be? No. No penalty on that. It's 3rd and 9. Incomplete. No, I don't. Yeah, that's intentional grounding is right. They called intentional grounding right there. That looked like intentional grounding to me, and I was about to say, is that intentional grounding? And yes, it was. So it's 3rd and 19 and a loss of down. Because there was nobody was over there for Miami. No, there was no receiver. And because there was no receiver, that's why the intentional grounding was called. So as a result, it pushes Miami back out of Charger territory to the 47, 3rd and 19. Tua just throws it. It's complete, and number 10 gets closer to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing doing. Tyreek Hill could not get even enough for the first down. It's not even close. And Miami will have to punt after that big penalty, the intentional grounding penalty that prevented Miami from having even a chance of getting another first down on that drive. And here is the punt. It is up and caught by number 1 and downed at like the 11 or 12-yard line. 11:19 left in the fourth. Chargers are ahead 20-14. Yeah, there's nothing really I'm doing right now, guys. Just waiting for the game to come back on. You're probably watching this through the archive. Let me know, what did you think about the Dolphins Chargers game in the comment box if you're watching this through the archive. Yeah, and NFL on Fox just talked about the 60-yard touchdown by Tyreek Hill, which I was quite surprised about. All right, so here we go. The commercials are over for now. And right back to the game. My nose is sticking, itching. All right, the Chargers right now have the best chance of winning, but I really think it's 50-50 because of the score. All right, 1st and 10 at the 11. Handed it off. It's going to be at least a yard gain by Kelly. Kelly was the one that got the ball from Herbert. So it's 2nd and 9. Oh, they gave him 2 yards. So it's 2nd and 8. All right. So Chargers are set. A fake handoff. Herbert throws. It's complete to Allen. He does get at least 3 or 4 yards on that play. It's 3rd down. He ends up going out of bounds after making the catch. So 3rd down and 5. That was a gain of 3 on the play. Herbert throws it, completes. It's a first down by Allen. And that will move it. We got less than 10 minutes left in the game. Nice pass by Herbert to Allen. First down. And that's what Tom Grossi would usually say. First down. So it's at the 25-yard line now. Herbert is going to keep it and throw it. Complete. And it was complete to number 5. He gets maybe 7 yards on that play. And just was pushed out of bounds. So no foul there. So it was a gain of 7 on the play. So it's 2nd and 3. It's at the 32-yard line. Fake handoff. Herbert throws incomplete. Intended for number 5. So it's 3rd down. Wow, that wasn't called. They showed the replay, and Palmer was definitely grabbed. That should have been pass interference. So pass interference was not called on that play. It should have been. It's 3rd down and 3. They showed the replay on that. That was easy pass interference. All right, Herbert throws it, completes, and that is a first down by number 13. A gain of at least 3 or 4 yards. Or maybe 5 or 6. It don't really matter. It's still enough for the first down. And it was, of course, thrown to Keenan Allen, who made the catch. All right. So it's at the 30, between the 36 and 37. Hand it off this time. I assume that's Eckler. And gets about almost 4 yards on the play. So it's 2nd down. And the bad news for Miami is the Chargers are running down clock, which gives the Chargers at least an advantage. They're probably going to try to get a score here. So 2nd and 7. Near the 41-yard line. Herbert's going to keep it. He's going to throw it. Completes. It is caught, and it's another first down for the Chargers in Miami territory. And I think that was Keenan Allen that time that made the catch. And it was a pretty nice catch by Allen. So they are moving the chains. So that's 38 completions for Justin Herbert. That's his career high. So it's at the 42-yard line. Hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. And he runs and he I assume that's him. And he got the first down. Oh, no, it was Eckler. Eckler was the one that had the ball. It didn't look like Herbert. It did not look like Herbert on that replay. So I was wrong about that. Okay, first down. Hand it off. I assume that's Eckler again. So he got to the 30-yard line on that. So it is 2nd and 8. Yeah, I thought that one thing was Herbert. No, it was Eckler that did that fake, which ended up being a run. Okay, 2nd and 8. Herbert has it. Has it. He's going to throw it. It is long. He just threw it away. Incomplete. So 3rd down and 8. 5:14 left in the game. If the Chargers score, it's going to be at least harder for the Dolphins to try to come back because we're near, which is usually called garbage time. 5:14 left. 3rd and 8. They're in field goal range. Herbert. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to get the 1st down. And they're probably going to mark him at like the 21 or 20-yard line on that, as that's where he slid. But it is a 1st down, and that's going to put more time off the clock. Herbert is surprising me in this game, though. Chargers are actually playing pretty well. It was marked at the 20. Handoff. Eckler. Eckler gets another 1st down. And it's at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. And more time is coming off the clock, which does not help the Dolphins. Because if the Dolphins lose this game, they will not have a chance to take the AFC East lead against Buffalo on Saturday, which means Buffalo will stay ahead in the AFC East lead even next week. So 1st and goal with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left, and Miami takes their 2nd time out. Miami only has 1 timeout left. If the Chargers score a touchdown, it's going to be much harder for Miami to even come back, especially with 1 timeout left. Chargers, handoff. Eckler. He's going to get at least a yard or two. And it's going to be 2nd and goal. And Miami takes their last timeout, so they're not going to have a single timeout left if they get the ball back. And the Chargers are surprising me. Like I said, the Chargers are like, nah, sometimes. They can be good at times. Other times they can just blow it. I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs. That's the only thing about the Chargers. They might have a chance. But I don't think they're going to go to the playoffs. That's one thing about the Chargers that I don't think that's going to happen. They might beat the Dolphins in this game, but besides that, I don't think they're going to the playoffs. So 2nd and goal at the 6. All right. Ooh, fumble. There's a fumble. Let's see if the Chargers have it. And it looks like they do, so it's 3rd down and goal. Miami almost got bailed out with that fumble. And that was a bad snap. That was the problem. Herbert was lucky enough to at least get the ball. That was a near disaster, but Miami, of course, cannot stop the clock. That's going to at least put some more time off the clock because of that. So we're less than 4 minutes left. Herbert hands it off, completes, and it looks like Miami is going to survive this, and it looks like the Chargers are going to kick the field goal. So there's only going to be some damage done by the Chargers on this drive. So Dicker is going to kick the field goal. If he gets it, of course, he has to get it in order for the Chargers to take a 2-possession lead. It's a 28-yard field goal. It's almost like a chip shot field goal. And the kick is up, and they get it. So the Chargers are ahead 23-14. So they're now up by 9. So they're up by 2 possessions. All right. So we're getting down there. Miami needs they can at least get a field goal and then take the onside kick. That's the one thing Miami can do on the next drive. Because that would only put the Chargers up by 6. So as a result, Miami's still in it, but it's slim. Now, this is actually good for Buffalo if the Chargers win. So now that I'm waiting for the game to come back on, I'm going to check out I'm going to check out Twitter for a minute. Oh, this is about the roughing the passer. Roughing the passer, did he not lay him down gently enough? I think that was Emmanuel Sanders. Or no, Emmanuel Echo? I can't. I assume that's how it's pronounced. All right. The game is back on. I'll be calling that in a minute. But that rough in the Robert Griffin III says that this is not rough in the passer, and it's not. That one thing that I called wasn't rough in the passer at all. It's just ridiculous. Unless he was throwing it. All right, kickoff. It's going to be in the end zone, so it's going to be at the 25-yard line for Miami. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. What Miami needs to do is to get into field goal range in order to at least have a chance to possibly get another possession. They have no timeouts left, so the clock will be running. The only time that it will stop for them will be the 2-minute warning if it gets to that. 1st and 10 at the 25. Tua. He's gonna throw a long bomb. with nobody open. There's a flag on the play. Is it roughing the passer? Oh, illegal contact. So that's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be a first down. It's only going to be to the 30. That's going to put Miami on the 30-yard line for that illegal contact. And there was illegal contact down there, so no problem there. But that throw, if it would have counted, it was not a very good throw by Tua. It would have been 2nd and 10 if it wasn't for the penalty. All right. So now Miami is at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Tua to throw, completes, and the clock is going to keep on going because the runner did not get out of bounds. So and it was only like a gain of 7 or 8 yards. So it's 2nd down and 3. Tua, another completed catch, and that's a first down, but that should bring the game to the 2-minute warning. So Miami will have the first down when it comes back from commercial. 2-minute warning. Miami needs to at least get in the field goal range, and they definitely need the onside kick. They can take a touchdown too, but if they want to conserve time, they probably should go for the field goal if they get in the field goal range and then do the onside if they want to even have a chance. And I know for a fact that Alex Putnam is in Los Angeles watching his team right now lose the Chargers. But anything could happen. You never know. But right now, it's looking slim for the Dolphins. Oh, and I didn't talk about this. Mike White, I got to give courage to for the Jets. I will say that I didn't talk about him. I didn't talk about him when I did my recap of the Bills-Jets game. Mike White took a lot of hits today, big hits, and I really thought he was going to be out of the game, but no, they did have to put in Joe Flacco at times because he was hurt. But of course, Mike White kept on coming back, and he played out the rest of the game. And he took some big hits. No question about it. He took some big hits. It was crazy. I forgot to tell that when I was talking about the Bills-Jets game. Wow. So if the Dolphins lose this game, Buffalo will have the lead into Week 15 as well. Otherwise, it's going to be a battle between both teams for that lead in Week 15. Right now, Miami's down, and that just came back. The game came back on from the commercial. All right. So it's at the 44-yard line, excuse me. Tua, the throw completes. And number 17, Jared Waddle, was touchdown. It's a first down. It's in Los Angeles territory. Tua is going to throw again. He escapes. He throws it. Completes. They're closer and closer to the field goal range. And it's going to be 2nd down. It was passed to Shepard. He caught it. I assume that was Shepard. So 2nd and 2. Tua. Incomplete that time. Intended for Sheffield. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in the game. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. If Miami does not score, this game is definitely over. Well, the game will definitely be over if that happens. So 3rd down and 2. Miami needs to at least get closer and closer to the field goal range if they want to have a chance for the onside. They don't need a touchdown here. Tua throws it. And incomplete. Will there be a flag? No. No flag on the play. No flags were called, so it's 4th down and 2. So I don't know what they're going to do here. And now I know why it wasn't called. There was no pass interference. There was grabbing on Waddle's part, but not on Davis. So, no, they are going to go for the field goal. They are going to try the field goal here. It's a 55-yarder. If they make this, they have a shot. And it looks good to me, and it is. So Miami did the right thing there. Now they need the onside kick. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the 4th. Nice kick for 55 yards. So it is 23-17. Now Miami needs an onside kick here. They don't have any timeouts. If they get this, if they get it, they have a shot. But they'll need a touchdown. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. So the Chargers know what's coming, an onside kick. If the Chargers win, they go to 7-6. And the Miami loses, they go to 8-5. Onside kick. Here it is. And it's fumbled. It's fumbled. But I think the Chargers recover. I think the Chargers have it. Yes, the Chargers have it. It is over. It's going to be over. Even though it was fumbled, the Chargers ended up recovering. It was close for Miami. That could have gone to Miami. Could have gone Miami's way. And with no timeouts left, Neil Downs will end the game. That was close. That was close. And that's the first kneel down. I think Chargers only needs one more kneel down to end the game. So Miami will not have a chance to take the AFC East from Buffalo next week. Buffalo will have the AFC East lead into week 15. I was quite surprised about the Chargers, man. I was quite surprised. Miami gave it a shot. I'll give them a lot of credit. You got to give Miami credit. And that'll do it. By the way, they kneeled down. The Chargers kneeled down, and the clock is running, and that will do it. 23-17 is the final. The Chargers win over the Miami Dolphins. Buffalo will have a 2-game lead over the Miami Dolphins for this particular week. So if So if Miami wins, they cannot get the AFC East lead from Buffalo. Buffalo will still have a 1-game lead over the Dolphins, even if the Dolphins win on Saturday. Final score is 23-17, and because the Dolphins lost, this is actually a benefit for Buffalo. And that's a good thing because Buffalo won today over the Jets, 20-12, like I talked about at the beginning of the stream. Whoo! That was a pretty good game. That was a pretty good game. It did not disappoint. I will say that did not disappoint. I was kind of surprised how the Chargers played. I guess the Chargers can be good at times, and other times they can be a team that can lose a lead or lose the game in a nutshell. Woo! So Buffalo has a 2-game lead over the Miami Dolphins for the AFC East. All right. That was fun. That was a fun game. What did you think of the game? Did you think the game was good just like I did? It was a pretty good game. I will say that. Don't tell me it wasn't because I'm saying that it was. Unfortunately for Alex, his team is now 2 games down Buffalo for the AFC East, and Buffalo will retain their lead in Week 15. So no matter what, even if Buffalo loses on Saturday, Buffalo will still have the AFC East lead. All right, so there's one more game tomorrow. I still dislike the Patriots, but I think they're going to win over the Chargers. But I won't be calling that game tomorrow. But of course, anything can happen. I'll be happy if the Cardinals win. I'll be surprised if the Cardinals win. But of course, I'm here to celebrate Buffalo's win, and of course, Dolphins played good, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough for them to actually win it. But they at least tried. I'll give them credit. But of course, Buffalo will have the AFC East lead into Week 15. And that's all I really got to say. Buffalo beat the Jets today, 20-12. And I'm pretty happy about that. All I got to say, and I'm going to end the stream right here. I thank you all for watching. If you're probably watching this through the archive, because I know there's no people on the chat right now, because I can easily tell on the top. So if you're watching this through the archive. Let me know what your opinion is about the game that I called the second half for. And if you like the game. All right, folks. Go Bills, go. I'm pretty happy. Buffalo is ahead in the AFC East by 2 games. All I got to say is I will be back Friday. I will be back Saturday night for my team facing the Miami Dolphins. I'll be calling the second half of that. And if Buffalo wins, I'll be doing that one particular thing on my phone. You'll have to find out when I call it. Will Buffalo win? I don't know yet. So Saturday night, I'm going to have a live stream of the second half of my game. And I'm pretty happy about that. I already told about that at the beginning of the stream. All right, folks. Go Bills, go. Stay safe and stay awesome. And I will catch you next time. See you Saturday night. God bless you all. Stay safe and stay awesome. And go Bills. Let's go. That's what Tom Grossi would say. Let's go. Thank you all.